Hey, you have to see this. Fox News host Laura Ingraham brought on Dr. Anthony Fauci to talk to him. Dr. Fauci, of course, the head infectious disease official in the United States. And she tried running these lame talking points by him like, Dr. Fauci, you know, we never shut down the country for HIV. We never shut down the country for SARS. Why are we shutting down for coronavirus? And of course, Dr. Fauci, a real doctor who knows about infectious disease, unlike Dr. Phil, who is a psychologist, or Dr. Oz or Dr. Drew, although Dr. Drew has apologized for his disinformation, I believe. Dr. Fauci brutally schools Laura Ingraham. Let's take a look at this.
Fauci, on the question of a vaccine, we don't have a vaccine for SARS. I mean, they got close in mice. We don't have a vaccine for HIV, and life did go on, right? So the idea that we're definitely going to have a vaccine, we didn't really approach much else in the same way as we're pegging going back to normal with a vaccine. Did we?
Well, no, but Laura, this is different. HIV/AIDS is entirely different. We don't have a vaccine for HIV/AIDS, but we have spectacularly effective treatment. People who invariably would have died years ago right now are leading essentially normal lives.
So it's not just that we have good treatment for HIV. That's one part of it. HIV isn't passed by coughing on someone. You can't go to work and sneeze and give HIV to 10 people. And that's a major difference between HIV and coronavirus. Does Laura Ingraham not know that? Or is she just playing up the Fox News propaganda? I'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's get now to Dr. Fauci addressing the SARS issue.
SARS is a different story. SARS disappeared. We developed a vaccine. We were in the process of going through the various phases. We showed it was safe. We showed it induced a good response. And then SARS disappeared. And we didn't need to develop a vaccine for SARS. So I think it's a little bit misleading maybe to compare what we're going through now with HIV or SARS. They're really different.
The question of SARS disappearing is an interesting one. And you have a lot of sort of, you could call them deniers or contrarians saying SARS disappeared and so could coronavirus. The difference is that SARS seemed to spread much more slowly. It took 2 to 3 months for there to be 5,000 cases in China. It took a very small amount of time with this coronavirus for there to be 5,000 cases in China. SARS seemed to be more affected by temperature in a way that we don't yet have a reason to believe this coronavirus is affected. And there was much more effective and competent quarantining and contact tracing early with SARS. We failed to do that early, which is why we went from being able to suppress it into these mitigation tactics that we're now doing, particularly in the United States. But Laura keeps saying, couldn't this disappear just like SARS?
But we don't know. This could disappear. I mean, SARS did pretty much disappear. This could as well, correct?
Yeah. You know, anything could, Laura, but I have to tell you, the degree of efficiency of transmissibility of this is really unprecedented in anything that I've seen. It's an extraordinarily efficient virus in transmitting from one person to another. Those kind of viruses don't just disappear.
Okay. Well,
and Laura Ingraham actually trying to cut off Dr. Fauci there, but he was able to get that last thing in, which is this coronavirus is transmitted much more effectively and efficiently than SARS, as evidenced by the data. Now, as far as Laura Ingram's too educated to believe these nonsense talking points, right? I mean, she went to Dartmouth undergrad. She has a law degree. She can't actually be this dumb. She must just be playing up Fox's chosen propaganda, right? Because it's hard to believe she's that ignorant. You can't cough at work and give HIV to 10 people. Why are we even talking about HIV? HIV is a sexually transmitted disease. It must be exhausting for, not exclusively, to be clear, but originated that way. It must be exhausting for Fauci to have to daily do, I don't know how many interviews he does, and correct the nonsense and the disinformation to prevent Fox News viewers from behaving irresponsibly, because the more Fox News viewers are exposed to these types of talking points, we didn't close down for HIV and SARS just went away, the more likely they are to engage in behavior that will spread the infection. And the sad thing is, You can tell Laura Ingraham won't stop these talking points because Fauci schooled her. It just doesn't matter. She listened to what Fauci said. It's not clear she really heard it, and she will continue repeating the same talking points because that is the tact that Fox News is taking on this. It's like, okay, good for Dr. Fauci, but it's like playing whack-a-mole with disinformation. And sadly, it's not going particularly well, as evidenced by the protests around the country over this past weekend. One of our sponsors is privacy.com. They're giving you $5 when you sign up for their completely free service at privacy.com/Pakman. I've been using Privacy for a little over a year now. You've heard me talk about it before. It's a lifesaver, and here's how it works. It takes just a couple of minutes to set up. Anytime you buy something online or on the phone, instead of actually using your real credit card number, the Privacy app and the browser plugin let you give each company a randomized virtual credit card number that you create out of thin air. It'll even autofill the card number with one click. And the payment is taken out of your checking account without the merchant ever knowing your real information. So this allows you to keep your banking information secure, but also to take control of your finances. You can create up to 12 of these virtual credit cards a month. You can set spending limits. You can freeze them. You can delete them anytime you want. So when you do this, it means you're not going to be charged when you don't want to be, because you can destroy the virtual card number right after using it, which, for instance, I love using free trials because I know I won't be charged when the trial is over if I use a virtual credit card number. You're keeping your identity private by not telling companies who you are. You're keeping your bank or credit card info protected against data breaches and identity theft. And it's free. There's no catch whatsoever. But if you want, Privacy also offers a $10 a month plan that gives you 1% cash back and lets you create 36 credit cards a month, and a $25 a month plan tailored more for small businesses where you can create 60 card numbers a month and much more. But definitely go ahead and at least get started with the free plan. You'll protect your financial info. Companies can't charge you unexpectedly. And like I said, you'll get $5 to spend when you sign up at privacy.com/Pakman.